Yes, dear students, today we will discuss how to make practical file for our 12th board class. Actually, for this current session, that is 2020-2021, we have total recorded experiment as 12. The syllabus has been slightly changed from the board. In this file, there is written any 7 experiments out of the following to be performed by the students. But now, according to this current session, you have to perform any 6 experiments from section A as well as any 6 experiments from section B. Today, we will discuss experiments from section A. For this current session, the name of first 2 experiments from section A are slightly changed. The name of the first experiment is written as to find resistance of a given wire using meter bridge and hence determine the specific resistance of its material. But now the name of this first experiment is to determine resistivity of 2 or 3 wires by plotting a graph for potential difference versus current. And the name of the second experiment was to determine resistance per centimeter of a given wire by plotting a graph of potential difference versus current. This experiment is renamed as to find resistance of a given wire or standard resistor using meter bridge. Now look how we have to make these experiments. To make your practical file, firstly you have to write down the index. In the index, write the serial numbers. You have to do 12 experiments in your practical file, 6 from section A and 6 from section B. Neatly write down the serial numbers and the name of the experiments in the index. Also mention page numbers and date of the experiment on which they are performed. After writing the index, come to the first page of your file. The left hand side of the practical file is a blank page and the right hand side of the practical file are marked ones. To write the practicals, firstly you have to write the aim on both sides of the pages, on the blank side as well as on the ruled page. On the blank page, draw a neat circuit diagram. According to the related experiment, the experiment here written is to determine the resistance per centimeter of a given wire by plotting a graph of potential difference versus current. The name of this experiment is changed now. So you have to write the new name, and that is to determine resistivity of 2 or 3 wires by plotting a graph for potential difference versus current. After drawing the circuit diagram, come to the right hand side, that is the ruled page of the practical file. On the ruled page, again write the aim, then apparatus, then theory. Now come to the next page, the second blank page. You have to draw the observation table. Observations on the left hand side, that is on the blank page. Always prefer doing calculations with the pencil. On the right hand side, again perform observations and calculations. Write about the graph. Paste the graph on the left hand side according to the calculations. Then result. We should write the result on both sides, the blank side as well as the right hand side. Now come to the second experiment, that is to find the resistance of a given wire using a meter bridge and hence determine the specific resistance of the material. The principle of a meter bridge is Wheatstone bridge. So draw a Wheatstone bridge network on the left hand side. After then write aim, apparatus, theory on the right hand side. Again on the left page, next left hand side, you should draw a neat diagram of meter bridge. Then write the theory on the right hand side. Observations, calculations, circuit diagrams to be drawn on the left hand side. Observation tables on the left hand side. Then theory on the right hand side. Observations for the diameter of a wire on the left hand side. Then precautions, sources of error. Now come to the next experiment to verify the laws of combination of resistances in series and parallel using a meter bridge. Again, draw the circuit components on the left hand side. Aim, apparatus, theory, parallel combination, meter bridge, observations and calculations on the right hand side. The observation and calculation table on the left hand side. After then, the verification of laws of series combination and parallel combination on the right hand side. Then precautions and result. Now we will discuss the applications of potentiometer. The application is to compare the EMF of two given primary cells, Daniell and Leclanché cell, using a potentiometer. Draw a circuit diagram of this application. Then on the right hand side, write aim, apparatus, theory, observation table, observations, precautions and result. We should prefer writing the result on both the sides. The left hand page, that is the blank page, as well as the right hand page, that is the marked one. Now we will perform the second application of the potentiometer, that is to determine the internal resistance of a given primary cell by using a potentiometer. Draw the circuit diagram of the application of internal resistance on the left hand side. Then write aim, apparatus, theory, observation table on the left hand side, precautions, sources of error on the right hand side, and then result. Now come to the next experiment, that is to determine the resistance of a galvanometer by half deflection method. Draw its circuit diagram on the left hand side. Then aim, apparatus, theory on the right hand side, observation table on the left hand side. Result should be written on both the sides. Precautions and sources of error should always be written on the right hand side, and then result. Now the next experiment is to find figure of merit of a galvanometer and hence determine the current force full scale deflection. Draw table on the left hand side, draw circuit diagram on the left hand side. On the right hand side you should write aim, apparatus, theory, observation, calculations, precautions, sources of error, and then result. Now come to the next experiment, that is to convert the given galvanometer into an ammeter of a desired range and to verify the same. Draw circuit diagram on the left hand side. Then write aim, apparatus, theory on the right hand side, observation table on the left hand side, then observations and calculations on the right hand side, precautions and sources of error on the right hand side. Result should be written on both sides. Next experiment is to convert the given galvanometer into a voltmeter of desired range. For this session, you have choice in these two experiments to convert the given galvanometer into an ammeter and to convert the given galvanometer into a voltmeter. You have to perform any one of them. Now draw the circuit diagram on the left hand side, aim, apparatus, theory on the right hand side, then observation table on the left hand side. Again observations, calculations, precautions and sources of error on the right hand side, and result must be written on both sides. This is about all we have to write for section A in our practical file. In the next video we will discuss about the practicals which have to be written for section B. So please subscribe the channel so that you will get notification for the section B practicals. Thank you.